There are two big India Today impact stories we are tracking this evening. One, a world exclusive from Iraq, which led to a massive uproar in Parliament, the government being questioned about the 39 Indians being missing, and the fact that the jail where the government was claiming these people were being kept had been razed to the ground. This emerging in an India Today exclusive from Mosul in Iraq. The other, our expose on the Hurriyat conference leading to 7 arrests now. I want to go across and bring you the India Today exclusive interview with Iraq's Foreign Minister Al-Jafri, where he is for the first time taking elaborate questions on this India Today ground report from Badush. This is Geeta Mohan, an exclusive conversation with the Iraqi Foreign Minister.
I'm being joined by the Foreign Minister of Iraq. Many thanks for joining us, Mr. Al-Jafri. India Today had a report on how we went to Badush jail and there were no prisoners in Badush jail. So what is the information that you have on the 39 Indian prisoners?
أنا الأخبار اللي نسمعها من وجودهم في عدة مناطق تتسرب، بس هاي الأخبار مو ثابتة 100%، بس احنا بصددها. أي خبر يجينا حولهم في أي مكان احنا نتحرى. اجى على بادوش وقالوا غير بادوش وقالوا راحوا لسوريا وقالوا سجون أخرى. احنا ما عندنا أخبار قطعية 100% بأنه لا سمح الله مقتولين، ولا عندنا أخبار 100% بأنهم أحياء. بس كل خبر دا يجي احنا نتابعه ونأمل أن تكون أخبار حياتهم إن شاء الله تكون مؤكدة.
We have been tracking their news as they came to say that they are in Badush, but then after that we followed up on it, and the certainty of their being alive or not has not been made certain. We were tracking the news and the bits and fragments, but we have not reached anything yet.
احنا راح نبقى نتابع موضوعهم معتقدين أنهم أحياء. احنا هالشكل نفكر، يجب أن نفكر بجدية أنهم أحياء.
We will continue to follow up on their subject as if they were alive. This is what we must believe.
منهم من يقولون راحوا إلى باجوش، منهم من يقولون راحوا إلى الشام، منهم من يقولون انهدم عليهم السجن. احنا هاي الأخبار نعتبرها مو كلش دقيقة، نبقى نتابعهم إلى أن نحاول نحصل شيء.
This is inaccurate. Those piece of information that you hear usually, if they were in Badush, if they were sent to Syria, or if the prison had deteriorated upon them, that is not accurate, and we would continue to search as if they were alive.
Mr. Jafri, one last question before I let you go. Did you inform the Indian authorities about the prison that was decimated? The destruction of the Badush prison. Was it informed to the Indian government, and when?
معاليكم متى تم إخبار الحكومة الهندية أنه تم تدمير سجن بادوش؟
لا أعرف على وجه التحديد. الجهة الأمنية العراقية كانت تجري حوارات بينهم وبين الجهة الأمنية الهندية. أنا شخصيا ما أعرف التاريخ بالضبط.
I do not know when, because it was a competent authority. There was a security force, authority from the security forces of Iraq following up on this subject with the competent authority from the Republic of India. So this is why I do not know the precise date for it.
Any update? Any update that you gave?
لعلمك داعش يعطون أخبار ويعطون أخبار مكذوبة وينطون شيء عكس الواقع، فما نقدر نثق حتى ببعض المعلومات اللي عكسوها هم.
For your information, Daesh have always contributed towards the circulation of news which are untrue and unlike the truth. So we do not trust every bit of information that.
أما عن وعد أو تاريخ محدد من الصعب مثل هيك أجواء يقدر يعطي واحد تاريخ محدد.
And if in such atmospheres we are unable to give a certain date or a designated date on when this issue is going to be resolved.
الشيء اللي أكده أن القوات العراقية بمختلف فصائلها جادة بالبحث عن المفقودين سوري جادة بالبحث عن السجناء، سواء كانوا عراقيين أو الهنود أو من أي مكان آخر، لأن تعرفين أكو كثيرين مو عراقيين موجودين هناك. احنا حريصين على حفظ النفس البشرية وحفظ المواطنين.
As you know, the Iraqi security forces are very ardent on finding all of those who are taken by Daesh, whether if there were Iraqis, Indians, or other nationalities. they're very serious and keen to preserve their lives.
That's the assurance coming from the Foreign Minister of Iraq to the Indian authorities, also saying that there is no substantive evidence with regards to whether they're dead or alive. Visitor journalist Ashwini Helen in New Delhi, Geeta Mohan for India Today.
You know, what's most interesting, and I just want to see if I caught that correctly, did we just hear the Iraqi Foreign Minister say that the Indians were never in Badoosh? I want to go across to Geeta Mohan. Geeta, we just played it out. There's also a bit of a translation happening. So just put this in context. Did the Iraqi Foreign Minister just say they were never in Badoosh? Because if they were never in Badoosh, then what's the Indian government been claiming all this while? Okay, give me a moment as I try and fix that link with Geeta. We just played out for the first time an exclusive interview with the Iraqi Foreign Minister, and from what I heard him say, he claims that the information about the Indians being at that Badoosh prison was not correct, because remember, this flies in the face of what Sushma Swaraj, an External Affairs Minister for State, V.K. Singh had said. They had said that they had got information from Iraq that those Indians were in Badoosh prison. Remember, when we visited Badoosh prison, we found that Badoosh had been razed to the ground. Geeta, did I just hear the Foreign Minister say that the Indians were not in Badoosh? This is totally the opposite of what the government's been telling us all this while.
Well, that's right, Rahul. The fact that they don't have information is another thing. But for the foreign minister to say that the prisoners, that the 39 missing Indians were not in Badoosh at all, and this is absolutely inaccurate information. And on the other hand, the Indian side saying that this is the information that was provided by Iraq is absolutely dichotomous in nature. And one will have to ask the Indian administration, who were they in touch with if the foreign ministry is saying that the Badoosh prison, or for that matter, that the Indians were in Badoosh prison, was inaccurate information. This is big news coming in, Rahul, that the Iraqi authorities are saying that there was no such information of Indian prisoners having been kept in Badoosh prison. And if that is the case, then it makes the case for the opposition to question the government even more stronger. Sushma Swaraj will have to respond to these tough questions. We've covered the length and breadth of this entire story. We spoke to the Iraqi authorities who are saying they don't know about it. We spoke to the Syrian ambassador who said that there is no information that they have about the 39 Indians. And while saying so, the Iraqi Foreign Minister, Rahul, also went ahead and said that there is no information that they have, whether if they're dead or alive. This is a very serious matter.
Sushma Swaraj was supposed to speak at 5 p.m. The Congress created a tamasha. There was a disruption. 5 MPs suspended. So she isn't speaking today. But my apprehension is tomorrow the Congress will protest against those MPs being suspended. There'll be more tamasha, and issues of substance, real issues of the kind that India today is raising, those won't be debated and will get sidetracked by this sideshow where the Congress MPs have created this tamasha. Geeta, any sense from the MEA about when Sushma will speak? Is she the only one who will speak? Will Gopal Bagle, the spokesperson, say anything? Okay, there's some problem with Geeta's audio line. Give me a moment as I try and fix it. From what we've been told, and I want to play out for you what happened in Parliament today. Chandu Majra is a MP of the Akali Dal. He stood up and spoke, saying that this report had come out and that this report indicated that those Indians were not in the prison where the Indian government had claimed they were. Remember, before this, several Congress MPs too had raised this issue, demanding that the government answer. Okay, Geeta Mohan is back with us. Geeta, will Gopal Bagle, the MEA spokesperson, be saying anything, or will we have to wait till the time Sushma Swaraj gets an opportunity to speak in Parliament?
Well, Rahul, in all probability, we will have to wait for Sushma Swaraj to speak in Parliament on the specifics of the questions that the opposition is raising with regards to the 39 missing Indians and India Today's report. But there could be a readout in the evening. I'm sure the readout is going to be quite sanitized and will not be responding to the specific questions that India Today has. And so, yes, we're fortunate that the Parliament is in session. So Sushma Swaraj will have to respond to the questions that the opposition is raising to India Today's experts expose to India Today's exclusive report from Mosul, from Badoosh prison. Having said that, there is going to be a press conference later in the evening by the Iraqi Foreign Minister, but he's only going to reiterate what already has been said. And these are huge details that he spelled out. The fact that there is no information of whether they're dead or alive, it's a very serious thing. The fact that there is an ongoing operation, search operation that continues, but there is no information on where the Indians are. And to say that the 39 missing Indians were in Badoosh prison is absolutely incorrect, is what he said. That in itself is a huge development to which the Ministry of External Affairs certainly will have to answer. That where is it that External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj got the information from when she sat with those family members and said that the 39 missing Indians are kept in a prison in Badoosh by the ISIS.
Okay, a this story being tracked very closely at the highest echelons in India's foreign ministry. Very embarrassing what the Foreign Affairs Minister of Iraq has just said. He says that information was wrong and that these Indians were never there. What does the government have to say? I seriously wonder. We're slipping into a break. When we come back, Farooq Abdullah, National Conference Chief, will be speaking on the big India Today impact story, the NIA arresting 7 Hurriyat terrorists.